So I'm literally stuck in a spot. Look, I'm parked between two cars, and then there's a truck here, like delivering like rice to this like yummy Chinese food place over there. So how is this legal? I mean, just for compensation, I could go in there and like take a bag of rice. Is that a thing that I should do? I don't know. Look. There's no way I can get out. I'm literally trapped in this parking spot. Seriously? I hope they're almost done because I would like to move my car. Maybe like travel, go get the dog, go out have some fun. It's like nice outside. So, I mean, eventually, I'm not like parked here permanently. I just, why did they not pull forward into the bus stop? If they're gonna do something illegal, don't block someone in. I don't understand. Anyway, I'll stop complaining because you know what? It's a beautiful day. I'm in the South End. It's gorgeous. I just got done working with someone, and yes, I am wearing the same shirt I wore yesterday. Pusheen. Look, he's having a cookie. Pusheen is doing what I actually wish I could do right now, is have a cookie, but cookies are too high in sugar, so we are not eating them anymore. So I guess while I'm trapped here, I'll talk to you guys about something that I posted the other day on the community tab on my channel about Grav3yard Girl. Everyone's talking about Grav3yard Girl. So let me say some things before I start talking about. I gotta turn on the air conditioning. It's so hot in here. So if you don't know, if you haven't been following this story, there has been a series that Shane Dawson has been making about, he wanted to find a YouTuber who was having trouble with their channel, and go and talk to them and help them, and not like somebody who has not a smaller YouTuber like me, but like a big YouTuber. So he wanted to go out and talk to Grav3yard Girl. I think I posted something on my community tab, and I got a couple of comments going like, who is this? I can't believe she has so many followers. She's so, she's trash or whatever. Maybe that's not it. And I understand that Grav3yard Girl is not really a personality that is appealing to the people who are in my demographic, okay? But I have been watching her since 2013. And I started watching her because she was doing these. Here's a funny story. So the only reason I started watching her is because when I was doing a podcast one time with my friend, we were trying to figure out why, who remembers Furbies, okay? So she actually had a Furby, and I was looking up Furby videos on YouTube because we were talking about Furbies, and her video came up because she had a Furby, and I thought it was the funniest, cutest video ever. And I kind of fell in love with her weird, quirky personality, and I started following her. I used to watch her videos a lot. I haven't watched her in the past couple of years just because it's skewed, it hasn't really been appealing to me, but I did not unsubscribe. I just, I watched the occasional video, but I didn't really watch a lot. So, the person behind me is leaving, so then maybe I can leave. I don't know. So she has 8 million subscribers. When I started watching her, she had something like 2 million, but right now she has 8 million, and she's been having a lot of trouble sort of growing up on YouTube. And the only reason I really can relate to her is because she is the kind of weirdo, and I don't say that in an insulting way, I say that in an endearing way, that reminds me of me. Because when I was in high school, I went to one of those fame high schools where you can major in dance, you can major in music or whatever. But a lot of the people I went to school with were not really I went to school, it had a program like that, but it wasn't everybody was doing that. So, in science class, I would maybe have one of my classmates who was in my music program, but not everybody. So I was the weirdo in my class who was listening to Debussy, who was listening to Bach, who was crazy about musical theater, who was taking tap lessons. And I also got made fun of, not really bullied, but teased for being too proper, because I didn't put my elbows on the table at lunch. I didn't, it was a whole thing. So it wasn't a malicious teasing, but it did kind of get to me a little bit, and I didn't feel like I was with any of my people. So when I went to college at Boston Conservatory, I felt like I had found my people, and it was amazing. And I felt like I fell into a big old bucket full of weirdos. We were all weird. I was more friends with the people who were musical theater majors just because they had, and this is stereotyping, but it tends to be true, sort of bigger personalities, louder in general, and just a more, just more lively than a lot of the music majors. My best friend was a music major, but she was just as lively and as like kind of weird as I was. So, but I know what it's like to feel like a weirdo and to not fit in, and for people to be like, what is wrong with you? So when I started watching Grav3yard Girl, I felt like she was the same person. She was like a kind of weirdo, but I loved her. I loved how quirky she was. I loved how like kind of wacky she was, and she was owning it. She wasn't trying to hide it. She wasn't trying to like, hide behind a persona, but she was just being herself and being really successful. But the latest thing that she's been going through is that wacky sort of persona that she was famous for is not her all the time. And that is true for almost everyone. Everyone has a persona. I have a work persona, and I have a persona around my friends. I have a persona around a certain, group of friends, and I have a persona around my family. I have, you sort of adapt to behave in a certain way, depending on who you're with, but you're always true to yourself. If you're only putting out one persona all the time, it's tiring, and eventually the audience will see through it. So her latest journey was sort of discovering the power of authenticity, because the latest videos where she's putting out videos describing her truths and speaking and being true to herself have been more successful than any other videos on her channel. So people underestimate the power of authenticity. I never thought for one moment, I've been very lucky, I never for one moment compromised who I was, even if I was a weirdo to some people, for, popularity, for friendship, for, things. I never compromised that. I always, and not to say that there's not aspects of my personality that I'd like to work on or change, but I never felt for one moment that it paid off to be someone else or to have a persona. And I wish more people would think that. A persona is really hard to maintain, it really is. I feel like a lot of entertainers or actors or comedians that had to maintain a persona, it's exhausting and they burn out. They get involved in drug use or alcohol or, other types of sort of self-medication that is damaging. I feel like it is so much easier to be yourself and to sort of be happy with who you are than to maintain this persona. So I've just been thinking about that, and I appreciate that. Yeah. So I just wanted to come and say my piece about it. I've just been thinking about it for days, and how much I related to her. You can not like her, or you can not relate to her. I understand if you're not entertained by her, it's totally fine. Everyone is not going to be everyone's cup of tea. And that's also a hard thing to accept, is like, you're not going to make everyone happy, and people are going to dislike you no matter what you do. I mean, I cannot tell you guys the number of times where I have read a comment on one of my videos and been like, how can they leave that comment? And now I'm going to be totally honest with you. Most of the comments that were totally rude or like hate comments or whatever has been deleted by the actual person who left the comment. So I don't know I don't know what happened in the comment section. It just disappeared. So, but those things they stay with you. So be conscious of how you're talking to other people. Be conscious, because everyone behind a video, everyone behind the screen that you're watching on your phone or your TV or anything like that is a person. And you have to be mindful of how they're feeling. I read every comment, okay? I know that if I had millions of subscribers, maybe they wouldn't read every comment, but I do think that people who have a lot of subscribers, I do think they read a lot of their comments. So I don't think that hiding behind the anonymity of a persona online either is very healthy. I think just being you is the best thing you can do, whether it's online, behind the keyboard, or online in front of the camera, or behind the camera, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I have ended up in South End. I can now move now. The guys, they're gone. They finished delivering all their rice. I want some rice now. Anyway, so I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna get the bean, and I'm going to get some work done that I've been procrastinating on. So let's do this thing. All right, I'm at Star Market and I've got my big old container of coins that I got from underneath my red thing. Ooh, there's a quarter in there. I should take that out. But I'm gonna, oh, that's not a quarter. But I'm gonna go to the coin store and see how much we get and buy some groceries with it. Yay. I went to Marshall's also, and I got a couple grocery items, as you saw, from the market. But I got this really cool treat thing that's magnetic instead of my other one that I got was a what's that, like it's a pull where it gets tighter. What is that called? Drawstring. And it just wasn't easy to get treats. So I'm gonna do this now because I'm gonna go get Clover, but I'm gonna take him on a training walk because he's been having some problems with barking at other dogs lately. So we're gonna go do that and stop by the park on the way back. I also got this super cute tote bag from Marshall's. It was $24, and it just, look, it has doggies all over it. How cute is that? So I'm going to Maryland next week, so I'm gonna try and take this. It's slightly smaller than the tote bag I currently have. So I think I'm gonna be able to fit everything in there. That's like clothes and makeup and stuff, and the tech stuff in my backpack. So there'll be a pack with me video coming up very soon. In the meantime, I'm gonna grab Clover from daycare. I'm actually gonna take off my glasses, and I will take him to the park on the way back. Yay! Hey! Hey! Yeah.
She's like a year and a half. Still got a lot of puppy energy.
I hope you guys are having a great day or great evening wherever you are. I'm sorry to end this on a weird note, but it is about 3 o'clock and I'm going to start editing so that I can get to work on my gaming channel. This is still launching this week. I'm trying to still figure out some technical snafus. I'm playing The Sims on my MacBook laptop, which is not ideal because it doesn't really have the processing power that's necessary to get a good frame rate for good footage. I finally figured out how to get like the desktop audio to come through on OBS. I had to like download a plugin. I mean, I know none of this means anything to you guys, but like it was very frustrating for like a couple days. I was like, I gotta figure this out. And now that I figured all that out, the quality from the video is really bad. So I have to figure out how to optimize that and make it better. But I think that I will be launching it in the next few days with some Sims challenges for you guys if you guys are interested. So I will actually link that channel down below if you want to subscribe to it now so that you'll be notified when I post my first video. I would really appreciate it. It's not monetized, so it's just something I'm doing for fun. It's a little different side of my personality. If you're not interested, don't feel obligated to subscribe. If you are interested in watching me play The Sims and commentary of my other personality, come and watch it. I definitely think that I will do some classic Sims challenges, including the very controversial, well, it's not controversial, but the kind of evil Black Widow challenge, which is terrible because it requires your Sim like marry other Sims and just and do away with them. and do that 10 times, which is totally evil, but it's The Sims, so there's no consequences. It's not real. It's, you know, it should provide some comedy. Anyway, I have been talking too long. I love you guys very much, and I will see you guys on Friday. Bye.